Was also member of the board of directors of the Brussels-based Green European Foundation since 2019 and associate of Amsterdam-based Transnational Institute. Vedran, here you go.
So again, many thanks for invitation. As Goran explained, I will trying to connect these two universes of media production and political ecology. Currently, we all know that we are living in a very uncertain period, not only because of geopolitical context, but because we live in the times of climate crisis, which is also a resource crisis. The main focus of political ecology as a discipline is to say that the distribution of risks and the benefits related to some environmental change in society are unevenly distributed. So political ecology invites us for some sort of fundamental re-evaluation of what should be produced and how those technologies should be owned, governed, and deployed. We of course also know that media industry is extremely carbon and environmentally intensive industry. Within media production, we of course see that there is some sort of trend of increasing the sustainability, but still kind of slowly and lagging behind. Here in this case, I didn't want to stress something that is self-evident, but that also the content of the media production itself needs to tackle the aspects of the climate crisis and also of the political motivations. Fundraising is extremely challenging. And then if you even find funds, then you need to be very, you need to save a lot of money on these type of constraints where you see ecology as just another burden and not actually something that you actually join and where you actually can have proactive role together maybe with other producers and maybe engage in some type of lobbying or how to say influencing funders.
I would like now to go to our second presenter, Morana. Morana is producer and author with more than 20 years of experience in the audiovisual industry.
Okay, so I will be talking about social sustainability, which is a crucial aspect of production. When we talk about carbon footprint and when we talk about ecological aspects of our actions, we talk about environment and we talk about the nature and we talk about climate and we talk about maybe the social impact of climate change, but we are not really talking about how this our actions of ours impact our creative community, our core community in our projects, the local community where our projects are based, and how our actions and decisions are affecting our everyday working hours on set. The creative industries have a really small percentage when you think about the construction or the energy sector or transportation, the building sector. We have a really small percentage, but we have a strong voice. And we as producers must be aware that the steps that we take in terms of sustainability must be in harmonization with the needs of the people that we work with and with the communities that we are working within. So when we talk about production and social sustainability, that means labor practices, right? Aim to improving sustainability of production from a social point of view. And that means that we have to take into account different members of our teams, different aspects of their identities. The building of these biodegradable spots, toilets, were very inconvenient for the main actress who had this big gown around herself, and she needed to walk to the biodegradable toilet and back, and it was really hard to do. So we said, okay, our sphere of influence was limited, and we are not able to provide something that is good for the environment, but it's really bad for our actress and her own well-being, and it's really bad for our scheduling and so on. So we decided not to influence the environment on that way, right? So it's all about question of balance of our sphere of influence, and you as producers are in the position to decide and to take this balance into account. This is an example of the Roma community that we filmed as production assistants, drivers, runners, and they all got their own different knowledges and skills they didn't have before. Some of them, mostly girls, I should say, they wanted to work as journalists, so they were actively involved in research process and working with professional directors and professional other crew members that were involved in the project. And in this sense, we came to the local community and we took out stories. We advocated the stories through our artistic work, but we left behind a group of empowered people. So by the end of this expose of mine, I would invite you to observe and to listen to your people in the teams, but also to observe and listen to the people surrounding your project, to plan ahead and also to communicate also the concerns, but to communicate the values, not only, you know, to solve problems, because as producers, we often communicate when we have a problem, but we need to communicate also the good aspects and the good ideas and the empowering moments within our production.
Thank you, Morna, for this great overview of your experiences and practices that are really reality-based. I think it's a good combination with Vedran's more theoretical observations and now contrasted with your concrete and rather inspiring examples from your production experience.